again. Ryan, we went over this. We cannot do the glasses.
I'm sorry, glasses.
But we're talking about like the Snapchat ones that just like filter on yourself. Ryan likes to play a little trick sometimes before we go live, and just likes to try to mask the beauty that are the Chris's because Ryan can't be on camera. Yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
Not allowed.
Interesting.
Those
look like some solid.
That's
solid
really?
specs. These are some solid specs. What do you think?
Yeah. I think they fit in Ryan's size, right, Ryan?
They fit Ryan's. They'll fit Ryan's face.
What size is Ryan's face?
Ooh. Gosh. I would call it Marcel the Shell size.
Marcel the Shell. That's a good pull.
Marcel the Shell.
Ryan, if you're not careful, you're going to be swimming with Marcel the Shell soon. Yeah, beautiful day. Yeah, it's going to be 100 degrees all week, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is a cool 100, Chris.
I think we should turn into just weather. We should only do the weather on
We
the
should
show.
only do weather. Meteorologist.
Skip everything else.
I think so.
Yeah.
It looks quite lovely today.
Yeah.
Actually, quite a lovely day today.
Thanks for putting that on in the background out there, Ryan. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Wow. Oh, you see that seagull?
Oh,
what a lovely seagull.
there it goes. Oh,
that's a pigeon.
Oh, close enough. Pigeons are the seagulls of Earth, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
We're live?
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Ryan. Ryan.
Well, she's all you'd ever want. She's the kind of Dr. Fonder takes to be.
Yeah.
Well, she always goes to place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a winner.
She's a lady.
Whoa, she's a lady.
Talking about a pretty lady, but the lady is mine. I think
Wow.
gotta hit that.
You gotta
high
hit
note.
that
We
note, yeah.
run that back, right? No, we keep it.
I think Tom might be proud of you for that one. Yeah.
And we're live. Welcome to Quarantining
With the Chris's.
I'm your host, Chris.
I'm your host, Chris.
And we have a very, very special Times 37 edition for you folks today.
Wow. Do you know what 37 is in numerology?
Not sure, actually.
I mean, neither do I.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I know that 3 and 7 are both favorite numbers of my father, so that's
wow.
as far as I know in numerology.
Wow.
I think it's as far as he knows as well.
Good for you two.
Thank you for joining us. If your last name ends in a vowel or a consonant, we're Quarantine the Chris's live in Los Angeles. We do this every day that ends
In Y.
But does not start
With S.
Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a special day today, Chris. What are we doing?
We're feeling generous today. It's a Giving Tuesday, Chris.
Oh, what are we giving?
It's a Giving Tuesday. It's a menstrual edition.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. It's a special PSA, I think.
Yes, a special PSA, same as every day that we're on. Please practice your social distancing and wear a mask.
I think what he's trying to say is please wear an effing mask. And please, whether you're staying inside or outside, stay 6 feet away from people. As we continue to go closer to each other, numbers keep spiking across the world, and particularly here in America, as we're all going to have a bad time in the fall and winter, according to that Dr. Fauci guy, right? Is his name?
Yes, I believe he's an expert in his field.
He knows a
That's
thing
why
or
they
two.
put the DR in front of him.
Ah, the doctor.
Yes, the doctor.
Like the Doctor of Love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The professor of numerology now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Doctor of Love.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining us if you're lounging. Quarantine the Chris's, we have a podcast, I think. Don't
We do, yes. We're actually in, 100 different countries now?
I think so. Shout to India, Jai Ho. 29% of our listeners now are in India.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a
29.
jump.
Yeah, we jumped big time.
They jump higher than Ryan.
I think so.
He only jumps shell sizes.
Yeah, Ryan, you're not coming on our world tour to India.
Oh.
It's not happening.
Oh, that's a bummer.
1,400 people have listened so far to the podcast. If you're not one of those 1,400 downloads, you can go to Apple, JioSaavn in India, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, basically anywhere you type in podcast on the internet, we'll probably be there.
Even on Spotify.
Even on Spotify.
Do you think they'll start limiting what we can say on Spotify?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably sooner than later. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Our community cause all week is Operation Period.
Yes, Operation Period is a non-profit founded by Manju, Bangalore, is dedicated to addressing menstrual inequity by providing advocacy, education, and services to those in need.
Operation Period envisions a world where menstruation holds no one back. The organization ensures that every person who bleeds has access to products, facilities, and a bright future. Go to operationperiod.org and check them out. They're doing great things. And pay the bills, though.
You gotta pay the bills. It's
Yeah.
National Coffee Day, Chris.
Oh, it's National Coffee Day. There's no debate here between Joe Biden and President Trump. Cafevo, I think.
Cafevo is our favorite.
Favorite.
Yes.
This one has a sticker on
This
it.
has a sticker with our faces on it, our favorites. This is our favorite blend, Nicaraguan. It's a sweet chocolate and citrus.
Ooh, lovely.
Actually, my dad's favorite is the Mexican blend.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's the only thing he likes about the program is the coffee.
he likes one thing, and that's
He likes the
coffee.
coffee. And you know what? I don't blame him. This is the best. It is actually the best tasting coffee you have. It keeps you energized and hyped all day.
Yep. It's National Coffee Day. If you'd like to purchase a bag of Cafevo, you can find it on our website, QWT.com,
Chris's.
QWT.com, or QWT.com.
Chris's.
You can get yourself a T-shirt. You can't get this one, but I'd actually auction it off if anyone wanted to buy it right
Limited
now.
edition, yeah.
It has our faces on it. There's also a puzzle. Shout out to Aunt Dee Dee. Thank you for
Thanks, Aunt Dee Dee.
for the swag.
Yeah. And actually, it smells. Apparently, it smells like me.
It smells. Yeah.
Yes.
I always assumed that it would smell bad, but somehow it didn't smell bad.
I guess I smell okay.
I guess it smells okay. Ryan,
Yes.
can we get? No, we all know that you're not allowed to shower anymore. No,
Uh-oh.
you use too much water.
Uh-oh.
Can we get our guest, Ryan? Anyone today? We're not exactly sure. It's always a surprise. Hi, how you doing, Manju?
Good. I'm really overexposed. I'm going to see if I can fix that.
Oh, that's fine.
It's okay.
You look way better than we do.
Disagree.
This is what it looks like when you don't shower and it's 90 degrees in your apartment here in Los Angeles.
I hear that. LA is horrible with the heat. I'm in Florida where it's very humid right now. So
Oh, Florida, the Sunshine State.
The Sunshine State.
Yeah.
What?
what it said.
We're just curious. What is Miss World Oregon doing all the way in Florida?
visiting one of my best friends, my boyfriend, for a little bit. But I split my time between LA and Oregon right now, so that's like where my home bases are.
Oh, nice. And then, so I'm sure you're enjoying a ton of Florida beaches right
Yeah,
now.
this is live stream from the beach we hear.
Yeah, it's been thunderstorming, so not having like the best weather to go to the beach, but that's okay.
And Manju, for everyone watching here all across social media at Astronaut Manju, you're in Florida. Doesn't that mean you're probably going to Cape Canaveral and probably going to space soon?
Well, that's the hope, fingers crossed, but not this time around. One of my mentors is launching on October 31st from the Cape with the SpaceX crew, which is very cool, but not me. I'll just be watching.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow. Go ahead.
No, but you did have something to do with a little capsule, right? The Orion cockpit, I should say.
Yeah, I worked at, I started at NASA Marshall Space Flight Center. I was 17 when I first interned there. And then I transferred over to the NASA Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, and worked there for off and on a year and a half, 2 years. And I worked on the Orion cockpit, the cockpit of the Orion spacecraft, which is going to go back to the moon and eventually to Mars one day.
Oh wow.
But you'll be on it. She'll be on it.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
And then making a stop at Orion's belt, I believe. In which NASA location did you pick up the term y'all?
Y'all, that was Alabama. Alabama, like it was everyone was using y'all, and I was like, I need the word y'all in my dictionary, my vocabulary.
And Manju, you're Miss World Oregon. Obviously, if you're going to Mars, then you'd be Miss Out of This World.
Miss Universe.
Oh, Miss Universe.
Oh,
Oh, the whole galaxy, the Milky Way.
Yeah. Encompassing it all.
You're Miss World Oregon this year. You were Miss World California last year. Is that right?
Yeah. So since I have residency in both, and so I competed for Miss World California. It was an in-person pageant last year. Happened to win that as the first pageant I've ever won. Competed at Miss World America and placed top 10. And Miss World America allows folks to come in and recompete. So thankfully, I got the chance to recompete. I won my state title this year as Oregon. Wanted to represent my home state this year, and we'll see how Miss World America goes.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I think she's. You think she's gonna win? I mean, I think we got to vote for her a couple more times, right?
Yes, yes. How does one vote for you?
You can. So there's like a couple. There's like probably 10 different challenges and competitions within the Miss World America system that we have to compete for. So there's like the Entrepreneur Challenge, the Miss Photogenic Challenge, People's Choice, Influencer, Talent, Top Model. Like there's a bunch. And so the ones where the public gets to decide are the Entrepreneur Challenge. If you buy a VIP pass and you write that it's for me, then I'll get points towards my Entrepreneur Challenge. So that's one way you can help me. The other two ways are Miss Photogenic and People's Choice. So if you vote online, the voting link is in my bio at Manju. If you go vote, it does cost money, which is unfortunate. And I know that money is tight and it's really hard to spend any money towards this. But if you can, I would, always be very grateful for stuff like that.
Well, Manju, Ryan apparently is taking out his piggy bank. I mean, one vote is only $10 apparently, but he's looking at the 50,000 vote for 20 cents a vote. I think that's what he's aiming for.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered.
Speaking of entrepreneurial, you've started an organization, the one we're highlighting all week, Operation Period. Can you talk about why you found that and its mission?
Yeah, so the statistic that I like to use quite a bit, which is really frustrating, is that 20% of girls in India don't finish school because they don't have access to menstrual products. So this is like a huge issue that we're just not talking about because periods are uncomfortable to talk about. But once we move past the stigma of it, we get to like the heart of the issue, which is that people are not finishing school, they're not going to their jobs, they're not living their best lives because they don't. And on both sides, like my mom's and my dad's, and they didn't finish school, and a lot of that was the access to healthcare. And then my mom, on the other hand, she had access to healthcare, and she was able to not only go to school but become like a first generation college student, go to law school, and bring me up, who is now getting to do all of these insane, incredible opportunities. So, am I frozen? Sorry.
You froze for a second, but Ryan fixed technical difficulties, so I think you're back now.
Okay, y'all are frozen for me, but I think that's okay. As long as I can still hear you, so that's, I think, the most important part. And so I think it's just really critical that we focus on getting the products, the facilities, the education to folks who need them, because at the end of the day, this is the future that we're talking about, and it's really critical that we center our future.
That's amazing. A tipsy traveler who might have been somewhere around the world pre-COVID, when we were allowed to do things like that, said such an important cause for women in India and around the world. Amazing cause.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of our team. We work really, really hard. We're all youth volunteers, and it's not easy running a nonprofit, completely as a volunteer, but it's worth it because we're doing good work, I think.
And you have a lot of things coming up, including, I think, a podcast.
A podcast, yes.
Yes, I'm so excited. Yeah, so we do, our website needs to be updated. We do 5 things. We do art, advocacy, education, community engagement, and aid. And for one of our community engagement tenants, we're starting a podcast. So we have the first taping on Thursday, which I'm very excited about. Our producers are great. They're all like internal staff members, but we're learning how to do a podcast. So if y'all have any tips. And I'm really excited about it. It's to kind of decolonize periods and look at the history of periods and why we now think of them as like dirty or unsanitary, where those roots come from, and trying to dissect it and go back to the history of how we've looked at periods.
Interesting. And I guess which societies, which generations are you looking to focus on?
We're looking at cultures across the world. So, like, for example, the Apache Nation, they have the sunrise ceremony where periods are looked at as a mark of adulthood, and the person getting their period for the first time is considered almost sacred or holy. So it's like people have looked at, like, different cultures look at periods as like in a way of like reverence and stuff, and we're trying to look more at those cultures and understand how we got put on this path of thinking periods are dirty or unsanitary.
Yeah, because it just naturally happens. I mean, I personally have never had a period, but I mean, this is just the thing. It just happens. It's like there's no like. They should probably get rid of the tax too. I mean, why is there a tax on tampons? Why?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's still like 20-something states have tampon tax, which is wild, and needs to be addressed. So that's something else that we're working with our partners on to help erase the tampon tax.
That's interesting that there's 20 states that have that. Like the other 30 states get it, but what's wrong with the other 20? They just haven't.
Yeah, not enough people have, like, I guess, voiced their opinions on it. Our legislators, we need to hold them accountable to us. And so I think it's just more about like getting the word out, getting representatives and senators to listen to us.
And does that also start with education from a young age moving forward?
Yeah, so we built curriculum, like in-house homemade curriculum for schools to implement in their health education programs. And so that's something else that we're thinking about is how do we impart this knowledge early on so that people don't feel like they need to hide their menstrual products or they need to live their lives in shame. Like, for example, in Nepal, this is illegal, but it's still happening, where there are menstrual huts and women are banished into the huts on their period. And since it's so cold, a lot of people start fires to keep themselves warm and unfortunately die via smoke inhalation. So this education at the young part for all genders is really critical so that no one is period shaming.
Okay. And education is important. You also recently started as a book club? How's that going?
Yeah, so we have a book club. That's another one of our community engagement initiatives. The book club is going great. We are focusing on a lot of different issues around menstrual health and activism and organizing, and touching on reimagining the future and what that can look like for people who menstruate.
And then along the book club, you had mentioned the podcast, but already you've distributed 100, 200,000 menstrual products already through Operation Period?
Yeah. So we've done 200,000 menstrual products so far, and we have more deliveries coming. So we're constantly trying to get products to the people that need them. Primarily in Oregon is who we serve for the menstrual products.
Interesting. And how about along education, toxicity in feminine and hygiene products?
Yeah, so there's two issues there. One is the toxic shock syndrome. So that's if you leave a menstrual product in for too long. And so we don't necessarily do anything around that. We've done some like IG lives and like informational stuff around TSS and making sure that people don't fall victim to it. But the other part that's like the toxicity around menstrual products is that the FDA doesn't regulate the ingredients in menstrual products, which is terrible because anything that's inserted into the body, like a Q-tip or something, the FDA does regulate because the ingredients are going inside of you. But unfortunately for menstrual products, they don't. And so that's another thing that we'd like to eventually work on, is making sure that the ingredients are monitored and so we know what's going in our bodies.
It's interesting because, like, logically, I didn't know that. And logically, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if I could put a Q-tip in my ear, which apparently you're not supposed to do according to the packaging, but if I could do that and it's regulated, why wouldn't it be if I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, and I think a lot of this is because we don't have enough legislators who menstruate, and so I think if we elected more, not to get political, but if we got more legislators who menstruated in office, this would be more of a concern on their minds.
Interesting.
It's fine to get political. There's a debate tonight.
There is a debate tonight.
There is a debate tonight. That's my next to-do list item.
Yeah, that's it.
As two people who don't menstruate, how can we advocate or be of help?
Yeah, I think there's a few things. One of the things, and sometimes people get uncomfortable with this, but it is the truth, is that not just women menstruate. Transgender men and non-binary folks also menstruate sometimes. So it's about making sure that the conversation is inclusive, which is why the only times I use like women or girls is when I'm citing statistics or stories, as I've done in this IG Live. But generally, like I'll say people who menstruate, people who bleed, just to make sure that we're including all of those that bleed, because I don't think it's fair to fight for equity or equality if we're not including everyone who needs that equity or equality. So that's one of the things, is just language. Being careful with language, I think, is a great way to be an advocate. Another way, is if you want to get involved with us, like if you are like a college or high school student, you can always start a club with us and help deliver products and get folks educated and be an advocate for those types of things. And then also just, I think another thing with the language is just being like cognizant of jokes and stuff, and being like, hey, that's not funny, or that's not cool. Just little things like that are what changes a culture, right? It's just individuals acting and doing good things. So I think those are some of the things that people can do even if they don't menstruate.
That's great. And we have a question here from a very tipsy woman in New York City. Where can we donate?
I love that question. That's a great question. You can go to operationperiod.org, and we have a donate button. And what we really love, we love one-time donations of any size, but $3 is all it takes to get one person menstrual products for a month. So we love when people sign up to be a recurring donor for $3 a month. It's a cup of coffee a month, and it really can change someone's life.
So we can go to operationperiod.org, pay $3, and help someone who bleeds for an entire month.
Wow.
Huh.
That's powerful.
Yeah, that's great.
Those $3 go a long way.
Yeah. We stretch our money because we don't pay ourselves, so we stretch our money and put it all towards the services that we provide.
And you're providing services globally. Has it been challenging during the pandemic to reach different countries? I mean, even different states. Obviously, there's one state like here in LA will probably never reopen, but Florida is just like everything's cool now. So has that been a challenge for you, both in the States and globally?
Yeah, a bit. But the thing that's been really helpful is that we have really great partners. Like ASW is our partner for Kenya and Somalia. We have WRI, Women's Relief Initiative, in Guinea. So we've been working with great partners, and a lot of our global work is education based. So we've been able to. We actually just got funding for our education initiative for overseas. So we've been able to. I think this pandemic obviously has been terrible for numerous reasons, but I think it's also mobilized a lot of people as a catalyst for good, and a lot of people want to change their communities and better their communities. So people have been wanting to donate to us. People have been wanting to help us do our work, which has been beautiful.
Wow. Speaking of which, helping out, the Tipsy Traveler says, great to know. $3 a month sounds reasonable enough to me.
Yay.
And we're going to hold her to that. We're going to follow up with her and make sure she sends us the receipt. Quarantine the Chris is on live with Manju Bangalore at Astronaut Manju. Manju is Manju on the Instagram, who is Miss World Oregon 2020, founder of Operation Period, and actor. I think I caught you something in a Microsoft commercial, maybe in a Beyonce video. I don't know.
All over.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I've been really blessed this past year with acting. I've been acting since I was 11 or 12, but it was all stage stuff. So it was like high school productions, college productions, that type of thing. But I transitioned to screen acting this past year. So I'm with a manager and agent, and they have been the greatest blessings. I'm really thankful for both the teams there. And yeah, I got to work with Beyonce this past year, which was a dream come true.
Queen Bee.
Yes. How was working with Beyonce?
She's so amazing. Like, obviously I didn't spend a lot of time with her, but she like asked me how I was doing. Like, she was so sweet. She like was just so professional. Like, she's everything you think she is. She's amazing.
And were you nervous before meeting her?
So I didn't know I was going to be on Beyonce's set until I signed the NDA on set and entered. And then when I was walking up to the waiting room, I was asking the producer, I was like, oh, what is this for? And they were like, you don't know? And I was like, no, who is it for? And he was like, it's for Beyonce. And I was like, no, who's it actually for? And so, yeah, so I didn't know it was going to be Beyonce. And so I didn't have very much time to be nervous. It was more like, oh, this is Beyonce. Oh, I'm working. I need to be professional. And I ended up becoming good friends with a couple of the other actresses and on set. And so we're like, oh my God, is this real? But other than that, had no time other than to be professional.
So when we Quarantine the Chris's has Beyonce on one day, We're going to ask her what it was like working with Manju when you're waving to us from Mars.
Perfect. I'm excited for that one.
It's universe.
Yeah, Miss Universe. And I guess speaking of Miss Universe and acting, how has acting helped you in pageantry and in your career?
Yeah, I get this question a lot just because people are like, you're acting and then you're doing like an engineering program, like so confusing. But acting has really helped me communicate. Like I had like stage fright when I was younger and stuff like that. Obviously, like you're scared to be in front of large audiences and feel comfortable voicing your opinions. And so sorry, I read a comment, totally lost my train of thought.
That's
That's
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
We can read it out loud.
No need to follow up, man. Already donated for the year. There we go.
There we go. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Ryan.
Thank you so much. Back to acting, sorry.
Fun.
Acting has really taught me how to communicate myself and like my ideas and my passions and my stories and stuff like that, which has been really helpful for pageants because we have every pageant you do has an interview portion, and so you have between like 3 to 15 minutes, sometimes it's 3 minutes, to convey to the judges why you should be the title holder, and that's the only time you get to talk to them. And so being able to succinctly answer questions directly and get your personality out is a task. And then on stage you have 30 seconds to answer like some question. Sometimes it's like a political or socio-political or geopolitical question, and it's hard. So acting has really taught me like how to find myself, who I am, and then be able to convey that to the rest of the world.
And then, I mean, there's no more swimsuit competition. Apparently, it's a burpee competition. Is that how has the fitness aspect of pageantry changed?
Yeah, so a lot of systems don't necessarily have swimsuit anymore. Miss Universe still does, so Miss USA and Miss Universe still do for the misses, but for the teens, it's sportswear. The Miss World system, which is the one that I'm in right now, they do a fitness challenge instead of swimsuit. So it was a minute of push-ups, break for 30 seconds, a minute of sit-ups, break for 30 seconds, a minute of burpees, 30-second break, a minute jumping squats, 30-second break, and then jumping jacks for 30 seconds, or it was the end. And so that was a challenge. I've been still working, like even though the fitness challenge is over, I'm still working on like staying in shape and stuff because that's something that's important to me. But it was definitely very difficult for me because you want to see how many you can do with good form.
It sounds like CrossFit.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like a CrossFit competition, or like it's like military training. Like, oh, if you don't pass this stage, like maybe you'll be in the armed services. I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of like CrossFit. I did CrossFit for like a month or something earlier in life, and it was more like CrossFit would have trained me best for that, I think.
So, what should we be looking forward to? I mean, your reign for Miss World Oregon is this entire year. How is the pandemic affecting the competition for Miss World America?
Yeah, so the pageant's all virtual now. So our interviews are over Zoom. Our top model competition we filmed and sent. Our pictures we all like uploaded and sent. So our beauty with purpose, which is 50% of our score, which is our service project, our community service project, that was all like video based and essay based. So it's all virtual now, which is super interesting. It's my first virtual pageant. It's a lot of people's first virtual anything big event because obviously the pandemic. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited. The group of girls that I'm competing against are incredible, and I'm really honored to be a part of this group.
Oh wow!
But she's gonna win.
She's gonna win.
Obviously,
yes.
yeah, we know that already.
Yeah, it's a refreshing to hear that it's not like Miss Congeniality where everyone's ripping for the crown, but everyone's really rooting for each other.
Sorry, it cut out. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We were just talking about how it differs from Miss Congeniality, where everyone is tearing at the crown, where everyone is supporting each other, and it's nice to hear that times have changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of pageantry, yeah, and also Operation Period, there possibly a fashion show coming in the works?
Yeah, so this is something I talked about with my staff. I thought it would be like me and one of my friends who y'all know, Katerina, thought it might be fun. And although she can't be involved, we thought it'd be fun to do a virtual fashion show. I don't know how that would work, and it would be interesting and a creative process to try to happen. But it could be a cool benefit for Operation Period, and be a cool way to work with local artists and designers to get their work out and in a very trying time.
Wow, that's great. Well, Manju, we've been asking you a lot of questions today. Do you have any questions for the Chris's?
Yeah, just like what made y'all start this incredible like journey? Because it's been really fun to follow your page and watch the work that you guys are doing. But like, was the motivation just like, hey, it's quarantining time, like let's do something creative and fun? Or what was your process like to get this started? How has it changed over the past few months with continuing this journey?
Solid question. Well, it all started at the beginning of quarantine, hence the name Quarantining with the Chris's. Yes,
Yeah.
we were stuck inside with each other. And as we learned earlier today, talking to a guest, hopefully in the future, that you become the 5 people you surround yourself the most with.
Yeah, so we just became each other.
We've become each other. We've actually yes, we are the same person now.
The show started out of circumstance, really. I mean, we, like week 0 of the quarantine, or maybe -1, we're like, he had a collapsed lung exactly a year ago, I think, at this point.
Oh my God.
Almost a year ago in October.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're in October.
Yeah, we're almost in October. That's why I said the rest of 2020 when I asked you that question. I realized like there's only 3 more months in 2020, but I digress. We started it out of necessity, as in like, hey, we gotta hunker down, and before all this COVID stuff figured itself out, we didn't know like, you know, how it affected people, how you could catch it, all that good stuff. So we just wanted to connect with friends. So we started connecting with different friends through FaceTime, and like, hey, let's just go on Instagram Live. We've never done this before, and just started growing that community. Just started connecting with people, and it's become throughout time more of lifting everyone's spirits and educational at the same time. Like having amazing people like you on with Operation Period and all the work that you're doing. It's a way to kind of take out all the noise that happens, whether it's politics, the election, or the COVID news that you hear every day. We're just trying to bring a little more light and a little more joy into people's lives, and it's throughout time it's become more work, but it's still definitely fun as we've grown to multiple platforms and podcasts and all that. But we're looking forward to continuing it for as long as we do the quarantine, and hopefully afterwards as well.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I was literally about to ask the next question that just popped up, so someone beat me to it.
Sounds like a loaded question.
Wow.
Chris.
Yeah. Maybe a traveler.
It could. I don't. It might have been Roger, or I should call him Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore. Yes, we had the 16th, 7th, 13th, 13th.
13th. We'll go with 13th.
We don't know. We had a former president on.
Yeah, we had a former president on. He may not be alive anymore, but the Tipsy Traveler's boyfriend was dressed up as Millard Fillmore. He knows everything about the 13th president. So loaded. Uncle Pizza, he doesn't count. We've had, I don't know, a lot of people. Aside from obviously Manju, who is obviously 1 or 1A.
Next to Katerina, too.
Katerina, yeah.
Oh, like you can't leave her out.
No. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun guests on. It's been amazing, really.
Yeah, it's interesting to connect with people all across the world. We've had guests on from Germany, the UK, Morocco, Peru, Canada, not all 50 states, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Maybe we can't travel all 50, but we can have a guest from each state on.
Yeah.
That'd be such a cool initiative.
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
We should start that now.
Ryan, we're going to start this campaign now.
Write that down, Ryan. Well, thank you again, Manju, for joining us today. We'll be supporting you in all your endeavors, whether you're in Mars or whether you're wearing another crown. We wish you the best, and we're rooting for you in Operation Period from here in Los Angeles.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I really appreciate the girls'
Appreciate
time.
it.
This was so much fun.
Yeah, thank you so
Thanks.
much. See ya.
Thank you.
Oh, that was fun.
That was great. That was Manju Bangalore, Bangalore.
Yes.
I don't. You know what? Instagram
Yes.
when someone goes off,
it switched on us
switches
again.
us every single time. So shout out to Instagram for your updates. You keep messing up. That was Manju Bangalore at Astronaut Manju on Instagram, the founder of Operation Period, Miss World Oregon 2020, a physicist as well, which we didn't even discuss.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss, but she worked on electrical to chemical propulsion, I think, over at NASA.
Yeah.
If Ryan's notes are correct.
Yeah, if Ryan's notes are correct. Someone wants us, Tipsy Traveler wants us to hit all 52 states. Are you counting Canada and Puerto Rico as states?
Oh.
Could be.
Oh.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I lost track of everything, Chris.
There you go. That happens when you get deep into the quarantine. We are in almost month 7.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. We made it. Our community.
Have we?
Manju's the founder of our community cause all week Operation Period. Go to operationperiod.org. $3 a month will give menstrual products to anyone who bleeds for the entire month. Only $3.
Only $3. Thank you, Tipsy Traveler, for supporting for a whole year.
Yeah, we appreciate that. That was great. A whole year, by my math is correct, is only $36. So
wow, that's great math, Chris.
not too bad.
That's how does that compare to how much money we made this quarantine?
It compares to $36 more.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a comparison!
Yeah. Check out our podcast, Love Manju and Love OP. So do we. If you'd like to watch the interview with her, it'll be posted on our feed after the show, or if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope, it'll be there forever too.
Oh wow, forever.
Forever.
I was just making Sandlot references today.
Really?
Yeah. Some squints and some cannonballs. I was going back. The cannonball form is fantastic, Chris.
In Sandlot.
In Sandlot,
You were
yes.
just watching YouTube videos of
I
Ryan of
was-
cannonball forms?
I went on a Sandlot rabbit hole, Chris.
There's no debate. Sandlot is a great movie. There's also no debate that Cafebo, our sponsor today,
Oh, it's our favorite.
542 Fix Our Everything, our sponsor,
Still
is our
smells.
favorite. Still smells
So-
wonderful.
So good. Maybe that's what we're smelling over here.
Usually, say it still smells is usually a negative connotation.
Well, in this connotation, it smells fantastic.
It does.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeff and our friends over at Cafebo. If you'd like to purchase a bag of coffee, 4 different blends, head to our website, QWTChrises.com. Click on shop, and you can check out all the hot merch and coffee that we have available.
Wow. Yeah. Yes. You know what, Chris? What a great idea is to save money just with by buying Cafevo and send that $3 over Operation Period, Chris.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Better use of
easy.
your money.
Better use of your money right there.
Yeah. Shout again to Manju for joining us today. We hope to see her with a new crown and on Mars very shortly.
Yeah. Go vote for her for Miss Photogenic and the Influencer channel. You just go to her page and just you can just like. It's really
Astronaut
simple.
Manju, yeah, just like things. It's
Yes.
very simple. If you need to make new accounts to like things as well, do that as well.
Yes, Ryan's working on that for us.
Yeah, Ryan, hurry up. Okay. A very special edition tomorrow. We have. Should we even say that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There might have been a sighting.
It might have been a sighting. It might have been a Chronicles of Sasquatch.
Yes.
We have no idea.
We'll be exploring some shadow alchemy, Chris, tomorrow.
All right. Sounds fun.
Sounds quite interesting. Let's do that. Have a good night. We'll catch you tomorrow.
This is ground control, Ryan.